Southwest Florida. You are looking live at Lee Pitts Live on Fox 4. Of course, I'm Lee Pitts, the longtime host of the award-winning show. We are so thrilled to be here at Community Fun Day, right here in the heart of the community. If you're looking at us from out of town and different parts of the country or out of the country, as we're streaming live on Fox 4 worldwide. We are in a place called Fort Myers, Florida. It's in the southwest quadrant of the state of Florida. And we're in a community in Fort Myers called the Dunbar community, which is the largest African-American community in this part of the country. And that's the setting. The church is Mount Hermon Ministries, and their organization of Redeeming Influence puts on this Community Fun Day every year in July, and Lee Pitts Live comes out as the media sponsor. They provide the kids with book bags and supplies, health care screening, food, groceries out here. A whole lot of fun is taking place that you guys will get a chance to see shortly. But let's go back to book bags and the kids and school. That brings us to my next guest, who's a member of Zeta Phi Beta sorority. Of course, my sister organization. We breathed life into them, and then they became in existence. Our constitutionally bound with the Phi Beta Sigma at Howard University. Yeah. We were founded in 1914. You guys came around like
1920, January 16th.
About 6 years later, our sisters came along, and we've been together over 100 years. At least 100 years when you got this. Next year will be 100 years with you guys.
January 16th, 2020.
Okay, so let's start off with. Let's go back to the book bags.
Okay.
I want to congratulate you on your new position now as assistant principal at Fort Myers High School, one of the prestigious high schools in this community. And the community and everybody's just so excited about you being in that position, because we know that you are in touch with the common people in the community, having worked in the community and worked your way up. Of course, I remember you in the early days, you and I, 25, 26 years ago, working with the kids over at the Stars Complex.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for having me on the show. It is indeed an honor, my brother. So for me, this day it's needed. It's important. Mm-hmm. It's not just important for the communities. It's not just important for the students to receive backpacks, but I think it's important to bring the community together on a larger scale. People don't see us together enough. And I think media does an awesome job of promoting what's not happening, and not a well enough job of promoting things like this that are an impact on our community.
You
so
just
this
said
is important.
A mouthful, girl.
It's important.
Now, when you say media, you're not talking about Lee Pitts Live.
Oh, no, absolutely. No. Other
messing with you,
sources.
Toni. Harrison, see here, I'm messing with her. Other media. But the community press and Lee Pitts Live, we're certainly out here to take advantage of things.
Yeah.
Your new position would entail what? Mm-hmm. What do you want to bring to that position?
So in my role as assistant principal at Fort Myers High, I am over student affairs. And so student affairs encompasses a lot. It requires us to kind of have a strong sense of where our students are, not just academically, but where they are socially. So if our students are in need of something, it's our job to figure out what they need and then to be able to point them in the right directions for getting the resources that they need. So we'll work real close with attendance. If I notice that students aren't showing up to school on time or at all, then that should be a red flag. So we need to find out what's going on. Why aren't you here? Because you can't learn if you're not at school.
Now, this position for you, it seemed like a natural transition in the fact that you've always been hands-on since you've been an adult, certainly a young adult, with the community and with children. I remember some great work that you did with 100 Black Men and the Bridge Builders program.
Yes.
I remember you working with the recreation centers through the sorority, Zeta Phi Beta sorority. You get a chance to touch the youth in a way too. Talk about your program within the sorority that deals with reaching out to the children.
So as you know, Zeta Phi Beta sorority has national initiatives, and one of our initiatives, aside from Adopt a School, is that we have youth auxiliaries. And so the youth auxiliaries range from ages 4 all the way up until they graduate from high school. Once they graduate from high school, it is our responsibility to help them transition to what phase they're going into next, whether it's college or career, technical schools. We are supposed to be there to help coach and guide them in that process. And so that could look like, you know, a lot of different things. It could look like having workshops for them. It could look like sitting down and helping them plan, you know, what's your action plan for going to college? What are you going to do in order to, you know, reach your goals? And so we start at 4 years old and we go all the way up until they graduate. and then we follow them to college.
And Sir Debonair?
Sir Debonair is one of our
Talk about
signature
that.
programs in Southwest Florida. Sir Debonair is a program that's targeted for males, and we bring those males in and we take them through a series of workshops and programs. One of our members, Lorraine Davis, that is her pride and joy because she's the chair of that. And so what we do is we put on seminars. We bring in men that can speak to them, can be a relatable resource for them. And once they're done, then we graduate them and we have a big community ball and present them to the community. So,
Outstanding.
Yeah.
Now, I don't want to get this wrong, but you got recently promoted within Zeta Phi Beta sorority. You are some district something. Go ahead.
So I don't know if I was promoted or not, but
You ran for it, got elected to.
since I've been
appointed
at
to.
Zeta, I have had some wonderful mentors. Martha Williams, Lorraine Davis, just two to mention, and of course other sorority sisters that I have here locally. But they groomed me from the time I crossed those burning sands until this very moment. So everything that they taught me actually prepared me for the role that I'm in right now. So my role that I'm in right now for the state of Florida is the executive board chair. So that means that I have the responsibility of working side by side with the state director as well as with other coordinators and program leads for the state of Florida to make sure that we're carrying out our national initiatives and that we're going to remain #1 in Zeta.
Well, you putting Southwest Florida and Fort Myers on the map by being the executive chair.
Well,
They know about us down here now?
They know about us. Well, they knew about us because Martha Williams used to be the Florida State Executive Board chair.
Okay.
But yes, so I'm kind of following in her footsteps, what she trained me to be.
Now, I think you were briefing me before this interview a couple of days ago that we got a big conference that's going to be coming to the state of Florida.
Yes.
Let's let the community know about that.
Yes.
And some people may want to, you don't have to be a Zeta or Sigma to come to some of the activities, I would think, some of the balls and things like that.
Right, yeah, absolutely. So we do have, this is our centennial coming up, our 100 year of being a sorority, constitutionally bound with our brothers of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. So one of our things that we're going to be doing in the state of Florida is we're going to be having a joint Founders Day celebration. So it's actually going to coincide with the Sigma's state conference. It's going to be in Orlando, but I will tell you that this is our second time having a joint Founders Day celebration with our brothers of Phi Beta Sigma on a state level, and we're anticipating at least 1,000 blue and white members in that room. We are going to take our repledge. So we will be doing our repledge again, saying that we're going to continue to be the only Divine Nine fraternity and sorority that's constitutionally bound. So it's big, and I'm excited. So,
I do solemnly pledge.
I do solemnly pledge.
I'm trying to. The high ideals of brotherhood service. I gotta know my thing. Go ahead.
So.
The sorority here locally.
Yes, Alpha Zeta chapter.
Right now having a retreat.
Yes.
What are some things being discussed in that retreat? Take me behind the scene, but don't give out any sorority secrets.
I can't let you know all the secrets.
Trying to plan the year out and all this kind of stuff.
Well, one of the things that our president decided that she wanted to do this year was kind of bridge the gap a little bit between the Friends of Zeta, which are the Amici, Friends of Zeta, and our chapter. So she brought them together for a retreat to help them plan as well as help our plan our centennial year. So they're over there right now.
And you're going
planning,
back, right?
Yes, I am going back.
I thought she was dressed up for the TV show, but she's actually doing some other stuff. We came out, but this is still Zeta work.
Yes.
Right here on Phi Beta Sigma Show.
Yep.
We're going to rename the show Phi Beta Sigma Live. How about that? That sound cool?
I like it.
About 5
But you're going to need a Zeta as a hostess.
Right. We'll get you on as a co-host. Okay? We'll work you in there.
Yeah.
I do solemnly pledge and vow, so to live, that I was safeguard his reputation. I do solemnly pledge and vow, to live, da-da-da-da-da. I got to go back and learn my pledge. I knew it by heart. Yeah. When I was in college and undergrad, I was the president of my chapter, Epsilon Tau, and I pledged back in 1980. And it's been a great ride with Phi Beta Sigma fraternity. Final comments. Yeah. What would you like to know? Give some advice to parents going back into the school year. I do solemnly pledge and vow so to live that I will safeguard. I'm gonna get this right, because Sigma's out there gonna get me. I do solemnly pledge and vow so to live that I will represent the high ideals of brotherhood and service. I should safeguard its reputation with the best in conduct. I believe in the unity of purpose as expressed in the motto, culture for service and service for humanity. These things constitute the true test of a Phi Beta Sigma man. Now y'all can't get me, don't know my stuff. Go ahead. Now, I went to some people, some parents and relatives and everything be doing with these children now, getting them back in that learning mode and having a success in school.
Absolutely.
I know you're at the high school level, but you can speak to all levels.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is the time where you want to start going back on a schedule. So, you know, summer's coming to a close. So late nights and sleeping late and not reading and, you know, just kind of getting yourself in a mindset to go back to school, those are the things you need to get back on a schedule. So that's the first thing. And then I would certainly say parents need to know what's going on in their schools.
Okay.
Parents need to have a voice in what's going on in their schools. As kids get older, we sometimes think that they can take care of themselves, they can handle their own scandal. But what I'm going to tell you is that a child is never too old to not have parental support, and that is essential to their success.
Turn that TV off.
Turn it off. Turn the game off. Turn the phone off for a little bit. You know, have some conversation. We don't do that enough. So
okay.
Yeah.
Do that homework. Get involved in some extracurricular activities.
Absolutely. See me if you need some volunteer hours, because I have a ton of work that needs to be done.
Okay, I might have something for you.
And we need some mentors at Fort Myers High. We need some mentors.
Okay. What's the process? You have to be in a certain zone to go to Fort Myers High School, right?
Oh,
it's not too late for people to
attend
school,
Fort
right?
Myers High. Yes. Yes, so we are a South Zone school, so they would need to go to student assignments to find out if they're eligible for that zone. Absolutely.
What's your claim to fame in this specialty, like technology or anything?
IB. We have the International Baccalaureate program.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All that's happening at Fort Myers High School. This is our
and athletics.
Our new assistant principal. We're gonna get to some more interviews. Thanks for stopping by.
Absolutely.
Toni, Washington
Thanks
Knight.
for having me. Yes.
All that.
Yes.
Harrison, big shout out. We'll be right back with some more conversation. It's the first time I had Toni on the show. Certainly won't be the last. I
Absolutely
had to work her in. She had to fit me in her schedule. But those who say it can't be done, they're usually interrupted by those like Toni. Toni, throw up that same thing with that. Like those like Toni and Lee Pitts and all the people, Phi Beta Sigma fraternity and Zeta Phi Beta sorority who are doing it. We'll be right back. There you go.